Prabhupada. Canto, first chapter, verse number 17. Shri Shuka Vacha Iti Mantropanishadam Iti Mantropanishadam Vyavaharantam Samahitam Vyavaharantam Samahitam Drishtva Surayata Dana Drishtva Surayatudana Drishtva Surayatudana Jagdum Abhyadravam Kshuda Jagdum Abhyadravam Kshuda Shri Sukha Vacha Iti Mantropanishadam Vyavaharantam Samahitam Drishtva Surayata Duna Jagdum Abhyadravam Kshuda. Shri Sukha Vacha. Shri Sukadev Goswami said, Iti, thus, Mantra Upanishadam, the Vedic mantra uttered by Swayambhuva Manu, Vyavaharantam, taught or chanted, Samahitam, concentrated the mind. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Sukadev Goswami continued, Swayambhuva Manu was thus in a trance, chanting the mantras of Vedic instruction known as the Upanishads. Upon seeing him, the Rakshasas and Asuras, being very hungry, wanted to devour him. Therefore, they ran after him with great speed. There is no purport, so I would like to continue reading 18 as well. Yeah, I fear there is any purport there. Verse 18, Tams tata vishitam viksha yagna sarvo gato hari yamai parivrito devair hata hatva sasatri vistapam. Translation, the Supreme Lord Vishnu, who sits in everyone's heart, appearing as Yagnapati, observed that the Rakshasas and demons were going to devour Swayambhuva Manu. Thus the Lord, accompanied by his sons named the Yamas and by all the other demigods, killed the demons and Rakshasas. He then took the post of Indra and began to rule the heavenly kingdom. I will read the translation once again. The Supreme Lord Vishnu, who sits in everyone's heart, appearing as Yagnapati, observed that Rakshasas and demons were going to devour Swayambhuva Manu. Thus the Lord, accompanied by his sons named the Yamas, and by all other demigods, killed the demons and Rakshasas. He then took the post of Indra and began to rule the heavenly kingdom. Purport, the various names of the demigods, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Indra and so on are not personal names, they are names of different posts. In this regard, we understand that Lord Vishnu sometimes becomes Brahma or Indra when there is no suitable person to occupy these posts. Nice short purport, very clear. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Shri Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Putale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namne Namaste Saraswate Gauravam Chacha Nirvisheshunyavati Pasyatya Deshatarine. Thank you all for being here this morning. I would like to beg the permission and blessings of senior Vaishnavas so that I could speak some realizations about Srimad Bhagavatam. As usual, not prepared because some Prabhu didn't turn up, so I'm replacing. Forgive me if I say things which are not in line, or you can correct me after the class, please. Here, it's a very unusual situation to the modern day world. Swayambhuva Manu is practicing mantra meditation, and then you can see while he's practicing spiritual life, he's being attacked by Rakshasas and Asuras. Who is actually Swayambhuva Manu? Anyone can answer? Who is Swayambhuva Manu? Who is Swayambhuva Manu in relation to creation? He is called the father of mankind, right? He's actually
Son of Brahma?
Yeah, son of Brahma is Bhagavati. Yeah, he is the first Manu. How many Manus are there in a day of Brahma?
5,200?
No, in a day of Brahma. No, in a day is 14.
14.
Yeah, 14. So even I didn't prepare myself, so I don't have the full number or exact things. Which Manu are we in now? Which Manu is ruling us now? 7. That's very good. What is his name? Vaivishvaka Manu. Vaivishvaka Manu. Yeah. So every universe has a Manu as a presiding ruler for that time of Brahma. So for us, it's the time of Vaivishvaka Manu to rule the universe now. And after this Manu, someone else will, I don't know the name, he's going to replace the service of how and mankind can function, how the universe can go on with their duties. I wanted to say something else about Manu. What is the famous book he wrote? Manu Samhita. Very good. It's like a guide book, you know. Actually, the word man comes from the word Manu. You know, man. You see, Manu. It's like a driving thing. You can see the Sanskrit is the driving force behind any other languages in the material world. So Manu plays a very significant role in how the creation or how the maintenance happens. It's it's their responsibility that everyone doing their varnashrama dharma, their prescribed duties, and how they can participate and how they can go back to the spiritual world as well. You can see here when he performed, the Rakshasas were upset and they were trying to kill him. Prabhupada said, in Satya Yuga, the demons, where were they living? Different planets. Yes, that's very nice. So they were living in a different planets, and then in Dwapara Yuga, in Treta Yuga, they were living in a different continents. Yeah, countries. You can see from Ramayana, Bharatvarsha was ruled by Lord Ram or his father, and then the Asuras like Ravan, they were living outside India. They were living in Sri Lanka, or they're coming to attack, disturb the Suras, or Devatas, or human population. But after in Dwapara Yuga, where were they living?
In family.
Yeah, Mahabharat, great story. You can see everyone living together. Not completely together. It's kind of like, again, there is a little bit division, fine line where, same family like Kauravas and Pandavas, but still there is a bit of, bad guys, good guys separate, good guys all separated, all supported Pandavas for the war. Even during the war, you could see that before the war began, Yudhishthir Maharaj comes and makes an announcement. See, this is Dharma Yuddha. If someone wants to, if you feel that they are doing right, Kauravas are doing right, you can go and join them. It's always a choice. Dwapara Yuga, still there was some kind of dharma. And then he says, if someone thinks that Kauravas are doing right, you can join. I think there was one, I forgot his name. He leaves the Kauravas army. He joins. Sorry, I forgot the name. Suyodhan. Okay, Suyodhan. So he leaves the army of Kauravas and he joins. Duryodhan was so angry with him. He's like, I really want to get this guy. So again, there is some kind of openness. Now we can see Kali Yuga. Where are the demons and the asuras and the suras living? Same body. We have a choice who we can fan. Inside. You want to fan the bad guy. You can feed him with a lot of ego. Associate with the bad guys. You will become one of them. So this is still. Previous ages, you can see they were living different planets, and it was all like Rakshasas were headed by Bali Maharaj or Sukracharya. They have a leader as well. They have a guide as well. Who else can we think of what were disturbed like this? I can think of Lord Brahma. He was performing austerities. Madhu and Kaitaba, what did they do? They came and stole something from Brahma. What did they steal?
Veda.
Yes, they stole all the Vedas from him. How did they do that? Because there was no book form, right? Veda means they didn't steal Brahma's books, and they said, they were so subtle they can enter into his consciousness. They stole the memory, they stole the knowledge from his consciousness. So powerful, Madhu and Kaitaba. And what did the Supreme Lord did? What form did he take? No. Close. Yes. Hayagriva. He takes the form of Hayagriva, comes and kills the demon and gives the knowledge back to Brahma. So now again we are in Kali Yuga. So we have to, as I was saying, we have a different platform altogether. How we can achieve the goal of going back to Krishna, how we can keep the demon outside us, don't let him enter within our consciousness, is by worshipping Lord Chaitanya. This is the easiest method by the process given by Lord Chaitanya. it's very unique way how this knowledge is being of Lord Chaitanya Charitamrita, or his pastimes being transmitted to the generations, is through his disciples. The examples we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita or Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangal, the disciples, the servants of Lord Chaitanya exhibit highest qualities. Every scenario, every argument, every situation is teaching us this is how we should behave. A Vaishnava's ornament, what is it called? Sadhubhushanam. What is it? It's our etiquette, it's our behavior. We all have our personality, our the way we look at things. But if you look at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, they all disagreed, but the outcome is they all become humble. They didn't give up the essence that our goal is to please Lord Chaitanya. We can see from the pastime of it's like how often we get this feeling that if something goes wrong, it's like I'm leaving. This is too much for me. I'm just talking about myself. So, but if you look at Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, you don't see that. Vallabha Bhatta, he was heavily chastised. My God, he was heavily chastised. Gadadhar Pandit says, I don't want to teach you. You are not qualified. He keeps insisting. At the end, yes, it was all glorious. Lord Chaitanya even accepts him. It's not like a totally abandoned. He didn't say, if things don't go my way, I will not accept this process. There are so many pastimes like that in Chaitanya Leela. It only teaches us humility, that how we can surrender more. Even Lord Chaitanya, what did Lord Chaitanya say? Trinadapi sunichena, right? Tarorapi sahishnana, amanaina manadaina, kirtanya sadahari. He's telling all the world, be humble. Humility is your wealth. When Roop Sanatan go to meet Lord Chaitanya in Ramkeli, they had teeth, grass, in between their teeth. They were bowing down. They're crying so much. Lord Chaitanya says, your humility is breaking my heart. Your humility, please give up. Give up this humility. I feel like dying by looking at you, by looking at your humility. But he is teaching the whole world how to be humble. He's telling you have to be humble, but he's telling both of them, please, think about it. What did they say? We are so unqualified. They didn't claim themselves to be the most qualified. They were saying, we are like little dwarfs trying to reach the moon. We are lower than Jagai Madai, right? Why lower than Jagai Madai? We are working for this Muslim king. In India, in general, in Brahmanas are not supposed to work for anyone, work for a salary. There is no such thing called as a salary for a Brahmana. Even from the pastime of Chanakya Pandit, you can see Chandragupta Maurya offered him a salary. Next day he's gone. Today, from tomorrow, I'm going to give you a salary. Finished. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj did that. The minute he got salary offered, he took for a while, but after a while, I know I'm going to be the subservient of the king. I have to do what he tells me. But after a while, okay, no thank you. So, Roop Sanatan were accepting the service of the king as ministers. So, they did not feel that they were qualified to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Even though they were born Brahmanas, they considered themselves lower than Jagai Madai. So this pastimes in in Chaitanya Charitamrita help us to subside or kill that demon within us. So many pastimes like that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, where it's been taught to us how we can be humble Vaishnavas rather than trying to be a hero, or sometimes we get into this idea of I am the doer, I am the best cook, I am the best deity dresser. Someone else is no, we don't accept it. We were listening, myself and my wife, the other day to one of the devotee in UK saying Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, for one of the final instructions were, first one was, don't become a hero. We all have this tendency, right? Everything has to be centered around us. It's because of me New Mayapur is flourishing, it's at least going, something like that. No, it's the goal should be when we do something, it is only by Guru and Krishna's mercy we got this ability to do something. By ourselves we are not qualified. If Krishna withdraws his mercy, we are like, we have nothing to offer, literally nothing. One of Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj's disciple came to Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj and he was saying, I'm preaching so much, I'm making so many devotees. He was a very big preacher. He was giving classes, he was giving pandal programs, making a lot of devotees all over India. He came to Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj and he was glorifying himself. I did this, I did that. You forgot, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj's reply was, you forgot you are mine. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj's point was, externally you are doing all this, but internally you haven't conquered what you should be conquering. Internally you are thinking that I am the doer. We should be thinking that it is only Guru's mercy that I am able to do whatever I am doing now. And the second one, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj said, don't be a hero. Second one was, always depend on the holy name and Harikatha. As we know, Shravanam, Kirtanam, first thing is Shravanam. We should not give up this process of Shravanam, Kirtanam. When there is, I don't know who said this, when there is no proper listening and no proper chanting, the spiritual life, there is some problem in the spiritual life. I don't know if it is Prabhupada or Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj. So when there is problem with, we cannot give up. We cannot give up. Even if we practice 40, 50 years, there is no point of no coming to the stage where that I already heard all the pastimes or already did this for many years. Only stage is Paramahamsa stage. That's when they enter into a deep meditation on the pastimes. That's the only stage that you can kind of not take Shravanam Kirtanam so much, because 24 hours you are in the absorption of pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So this is a very elevated stage. I don't think even Srila Prabhupada, we could see he was constantly translating Bhagavatam. He was not giving up this idea that now I am a Paramahamsa, even though he was one, but he was setting the example of being an Acharya that I have to follow, so that everyone else in the future generations will take it seriously. What is the third one? No, I was talking, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj said there are three things you have to keep in mind. Third one, anyone knows? The third one is there is going to be aware of differences. It's more kind of, he was talking about you all have to be always in unity. Do not think that you're going to be having differences of opinions. So he kind of made us aware that it's not going to be a easy ride. Even among ourselves there is going to be difference of opinions, or how to put some crown for Krishna, or how to do the turban, or how to clean the back room, or there is always some kind of, but it's always easy and a win-win situation when we follow the devotees who are sincerely following. When someone comes and corrects us, it's rather than throwing back something at them, rather we can just say, I will accept it, I will learn, I will improve myself. Well, it can come from even a devotee who is younger than us. Doesn't have to be just senior Vaishnavas. We have to respect every Vaishnava who's practicing spiritual life seriously. So there is no excuse for that. It's always Krishna speaking through some Vaishnava for us to improve ourselves. So we cannot, it is said in the Sri Sampradaya that if you find gold in a filthy place, what will you do? It's gold, a piece of gold lying there. On top of it, there is, like, say, rat stool. What will you do? You will say that's muchi, or take it. So gold has the value. So it's the same. When some message comes to us, the message has the value, not the person who is telling us, but we can accept it. I think everyone knows this story of Prabhupada was in Amsterdam. Prabhupada was doing a deity installation. There was a big video recording, like live coverage happening. There was a lot of devotees there, and Prabhupada got so furious. He started to scream at devotees. He was so upset. Nothing was organized properly. During that time, there was a new bhakta who joined the temple. He came to Prabhupada and said, in the beginning days, they trained him, gave him a mantra that chant and be happy. He went to Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, why don't you chant and be happy? Why are you angry? Why are you so upset? And Prabhupada took it. Prabhupada didn't get angry at him. Prabhupada took his beads and started to chant Hare Krishna. So it's a lesson for us, how we can be like following in the footsteps of these great souls. So many teachings like that in Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita kind of tell us that we should stick to the process. The process has the power. The scriptures are full of pastimes which will give us direction and light in our spiritual life. So we have to take advantage as much as we can. We shouldn't think that the basket is full already. My basket of bhakti is already full. I cannot take more. It's like we went to Buckland Hall to pick up the things. I think Alasur was there. All the devotees left. It was just me and Namacharya left, and Akandidi Prabhu left. We were filling up the trolleys. It is like last day. Tomorrow, whatever is left is going to go to the dump. There's like refrigerators, there is like chandelier, like there's still so much stuff left, paintings or pillows or bed mattresses, so many things, So we finished our japa, Navacharya woke up 12 o'clock or something, he finished his rounds. By 6 o'clock we are set, 6 in the morning, 6 a.m. we are ready to start loading the vehicle. We had some differences or like some misarrangement. All the boys left. I mean, they came back with few trucks, and it was just me and Namacharya left now. So 2 of us have to load so many things. Trust us, it's like beyond our capacity and reach. We loaded. At the end, we have to leave because the truck we got from one devotee in London, it was limited with the speed, you cannot pass 80 or something like that. That means basically we are going to go like a little rat race, slow, very slow. So we are filling up, almost 6 o'clock. Even Akandidi Prabhu joined us, it's like at the end stage we were so tired, so exhausted, we were barely walking because there's more still things to take and it's all money. Even dustpans, vacuum cleaners, you call it, you name it, it's all for Krishna, we don't want to compromise. And Namacharya starts, okay, Lochan, I'm giving you 5 minutes, whatever it is, finish, let's go. I could see so many things still there, I'm not gonna go. It's okay, we can be a little bit late to the ferry. And now we started carrying again, didn't stop, take more. Even Akandidi Prabhu joined, he's 65 and he's senior Vaishnava. I was, Prabhu, he's like, no, I'll help you. Said, okay, fine. And at the end, we took whatever we can, we still left few things back. The realization point there is, we were calculating every minute of the day. We were running out of energy, we were running out of time, right? There were two things we were running out of. So we were trying to make most of it so that we get temple benefited. Are we doing that in our day-to-day life? We are running out of time every day. We are running out of energy to give an excuse not to practice Krishna consciousness. I'm too tired, I cannot do anything more. Running out of energy, excuse. Running out of time. I did my 22 hours of service or whatever, I cannot do more. Or are we going to give this excuse when there is a gold mine sitting in front of us to fill it up? No, we did not give excuses, right? So the same thing, this life is like an opportunity to fill up the truck with lot of bhakti goodies, whatever you get. No excuse. I'm old, I'm young, I'm temple president. No excuses. I have management. No excuses. Always, always there is an opportunity to serve Krishna even by our mind. Yeah. You cannot do much. Okay, I can chant Hare Krishna. I can sing a bhajan to the deities. I can sing a bhajan in Prabhupada's room to Prabhupada. No excuses. So this is a golden opportunity. Keep filling the truck. Don't give it up. I was just thinking this, it's like such an opportunity for all of us to, take advantage. We just every day, I wake up in the morning, I try to think, I use my phone so much, sometimes I get carried away, watch cooking shows, what I can, YouTube this and that, it's, you think back, you look back, how much time, rather thinking how much time I gave to Krishna, how much time I wasted today, I didn't give to Krishna. So many excuses. So this is one way of trying to accumulate as much as we can for Krishna's service, for our own, advancement towards Krishna in this lifetime. So this will make life more Krishna conscious if we put Krishna back in the picture all the time. Okay, I think I covered the time. Any questions or comments? Sorry, I was not prepared, so come as it takes. Any corrections, Gopaswami Prabhu? Yes, Mataji.
We know about the mind. We're not the mind, but it seems like there's this big gap between what we know and what we can actually do.
Yeah, true.
The mind is raging.
True. Telling us that.
It's so hard to say I'm not the mind.
Yeah, true.
True. Actually, I'm actually think of Krishna.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Why? Why is it?
Yeah, I just my personal experience, if I can share. When I was working, I was working in a hotel in Australia. Cooking there is like, you're cooking for basically 400 or 500 people, breakfast and lunch. It's like huge. It's big, and you have a lot of organization, lot of hard work goes in, and they're always trying to cut down the staff to save money. After I had to do that because I was stuck with my visa. I started my devotional service in Australia. I'm just giving my own example how I look at my own self when I complain about cooking and not doing my service or whatever. So I was thinking that when I was cooking, I had no choice. I had to be in that job because of my visa situation. Maharaj was asking me, you get your visa sorted, that's when you can give up your career or whatever. So after cooking for this number of people, like basically I was not even getting, seriously to be honest, no time for eating at all. That's like not heard of, just drink some milk and keep going. After finishing work, sleep in the car a little bit, drive, because you cannot even drive back home, you're so exhausted. Big money, but a lot of pressure. You come home, you eat something, rest, because I have to get ready for the evening Bhakti Center program. That is my strength, that's how I get nourished with my spiritual life. So I was thinking morning is like I have to do it as a duty, evening is that's what I want. So I didn't have to say give an excuse that I did the morning cooking, I cannot. So it's like when I cook Rajbhog, and if I think that I can sleep all afternoon, or I have got no other excuse to do service, what I'm doing is not 100% to Krishna. It's just I did it, all the hard work for money or for getting a visa or whatever. In the evening, it was evening was not like a easy go and come home, it's like I was the one who was closing the temple, so you could imagine, like bring prasad, distribute to everyone. So again late night, 11 o'clock, so every day was like late night 11, and then again I have to be at work 4:30 in the morning, 4 I think, probably 3:30 or 4. So now I motivate myself, like there is no excuse for me to give after cooking or after whatever service not to do a little bit more. There is no such thing called as you said, mind takes over. But we were working hard because there is a motivation. Bhagavati Mataji, money was motivation, and then you get chastised by the superiors if you don't do things nicely. They will put you on the edge, or say one guest complains, it's a big issue, the hotel gets a letter, and the letter is displayed. If your name is there or particular breakfast is not served properly, you will be famous. Humiliation. So all these factors add up, and people continue working because they get big pay. But probably we have to motivate ourselves. If we go through all this, we get a big pay of Krishna consciousness. So this is how we can motivate ourselves, to do. No excuse. I mean, devotees like Krishna Gan, they always motivate. You can see it's like Krishna Gan is this devotee in Australia. I can say he's like 48 years old. He broke his hip while doing catering, and probably is 265 days, 300 days on catering, collecting money. Never complains that I bring back the money, the whole community is sitting and enjoying eating paneer here. I never see this kind of, but he goes out by himself, works so hard. It's like driving a truck for 3 days or something like that from one end of Australia to another one. Yeah, there is always devotees like this can motivate us to do more, to inspire us that there is no such thing called as I've did enough. It's just talking to my own mind anyway. Anything else anybody wants to add? Yes, Mataji.
Is there a difference, and if so, what is it, between always doing something and always being engaged in Krishna consciousness?
Yeah, engaged is better, I guess, in Krishna service, however we can. But the secret of success, Prabhupada, if you go into Veda base, if you type secret of success, if you want secret of success, Prabhupada uses following the order of Guru. I know we tend to do what we like sometimes. That's okay also. One time my mother-in-law was saying that just reading Krishna Prabhupada books is good enough. That's okay, but this was none of our Acharya's mood. We have to anything, you take sannyas, you take initiation, anything is coming through parampara. It's like someone will come and tell you, now you are ready. It is all based on instructions. Now you are ready to do this. Time for you to take sannyas. Comes from Guru or Siksha Guru. Prabhu, you've been around and you're doing whatever is a sannyasi doing. You call it marriage or you call it is coming through instruction. That's why we should always have someone who's going to instruct us. Yaha Bhagavata Pada Vaishnavera Sthane. There is a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, 5th chapter of Antya. Even if you want to read a book, it has to be done through a Vaishnava who is bona fide. Bhagavatam gives the full potency when dependence is on Lord Chaitanya and coming through a bona fide, like an instruction. So if there is no parampara, it's like basically, we will find, mind tells you, one time one Mataji told me, I'll chant Hare Krishna at home, I will read Prabhupada's books. This is Nirjan Bhajan, this is not recommended. Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj was against this. Mind finds all sorts of things. I mean, it's okay, but we have to be constantly guided. What should I read next? What should I, what's my next project? This is like going to the war, You shoot someone on the order of the country, on the order of government, you get a medal. Prabhupada said this. But if you go and kill outside your own family member, you get punished. But when there is instruction, there is potency. Or else, without instruction, there is no potency. There is misunderstanding. We will take it as we want it. Yes?
The mind is so strong that it somehow or another help us to find the instructor which will instruct us what we want to do.
Yeah.
How to have the difference between real instruction.
That's why you have to choose at least a Madhyamadikari who is stable in his spiritual practice. It's not just Madhyamadikari, it's about someone who's going to speak the truth to you. What is that verse? Tad Vijnanartham Sagurum. Tad Vijnanartham. You want realized knowledge. Yeah, you can go, you can get what you want, but does that mean that you're going to get Krishna? Krishna is also will trick you. He will give you what you deserve. You see, there is a fine line. You get out of your comfort zone. There is, Kadambakanan Maharaj says that, right? It has to give you a little bit of pain. Who is a Vaishnava? There is a famous sloka that Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj also says that. They come, who is a sadhu means the one who comes with a big sword. What does he do? He cuts. How he cuts? It's painful. Right? It's painful when you receive instructions sometimes. That is a real instruction. Sometimes, not all the time, but it's like Vaishnavas, comes with a two-faced coin, sometimes soft, sometimes like a thunderbolt. You have to choose the right one, not the one who will pamper your ego. Yes, Prabhu, you are the best devotee. Now you are qualified to read Jiva Goswami's Sandarbhas. You've been around for 2 years. So you have to think, is this what I should be reading? The choice is up to the jiva again. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena seva. You have to. It's the choice of the jiva. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, in this verse, this story of the Bhagavatam, like Manu, he was probably also in very intense service.
Yeah.
And I first, and so a lot of intensity and stress. Okay, he went through, but still, Lord Vishnu appeared.
Appeared, yeah.
Appeared,
Yeah.
So that's the end of the story. That we may have to have, every life, every service, whatever it is, internally or externally.
Yeah.
But to carry on.
Yeah.
From time to
Yeah.
time, we have to receive Krishna's sign, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And for that, we have to ask for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Be engaged or doing things,
Yeah.
but for Krishna, you know, and
Yeah,
Krishna,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
can see
I mean,
like that.
Krishna is.
Many devotees, they
Yeah.
did, some devotees, they did a lot of intensity,
Yeah.
stress,
Yeah.
either close to Prabhupada,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
or, service, like that. And some, they get it.
Yeah.
But some, they just,
Yeah.
really work hard.
Yeah.
And they're broken.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So the intensity certainly must be there.
Yeah.
But also the desire
Yeah.
to get Krishna's mercy.
Yeah.
Always remember,
Yeah.
Krishna, because we need that, like
Yeah.
from time to time,
That's the goal, yeah.
to feel that,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you, Krishna, that was great.
You get it in
I
the.
know it's you.
You get it in the form of prasadam, no?
Whatever, different things.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
and it is very important to feel.
Yeah.
To feel that
Krishna is there. Yeah.
No,
it's
sacrificing for.
yeah, it's depends on the individuals. It's not that everybody should take up the path of intensity, but it's about how much we want to do for Prabhupada. So of course, even Prabhupada said, chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regs, you're back to Godhead. Devotees are already seeing Krishna every day. This is I made my mark, but we have this we have a debt to pay for Prabhupada. Prabhupada was setting the high platform that you should always. My problem is, to Jayapataka Maharaj, the greatest problem is I cannot think small. I have to think big. I mean, even with our own Vaishnava saints, acharyas, some chose the path of bhajana, some chose the path of gosti, like preaching. So it's there, but for ourselves, as I was saying, there's a solution. Be under someone's care, shelter, as protection. It's like a fencing. Devotees are like there to help you, guide you, because the mind always tends to become independent. Krishna always gives us mercy, sometimes like a flower, sometimes like a, wake up, So yeah, both are, Krishna is very kind. He's always constantly showing us, right? As you said, we are so fortunate. Krishna is always with us. We can feel it in the form of deities, in the form of devotees, prasadam. Sometimes some devotees get him in the dream. Dayal Nitai Prabhu saw Govinda Madhava running in the field. So, so yeah, this keeps us going. I was talking to Maharaj also. I think I mentioned this to devotees before about Rameshwar Prabhu. He left his body. He's quite strong, tough. Bhakti Charu Maharaj calls him. He's like a tough nail or something. It's like to nail him. I was asking Janananda Maharaj, do you think Maharaj, you get this when someone leaves the body, do you think Maharaj Prabhu left, made it to spiritual world, Maharaj said, when he was in hospital, what was going on? So many devotees were praying for him, for what he has done. Whatever shortcomings he has, But Krishna is very merciful. Krishna will not forget what we have done. Shortcomings, Krishna will be like, that in Vishnu Sahasranamam, Krishna has got a name, I forgot the name. He has got like closed eyes, he has got big eyes. The same name, when the closed eyes means he doesn't see any of our offenses, or sins or shortcomings we have. The big eyes means every little thing we do, he is like magnifying it, putting glasses on it. Look, what he's doing, how much he's doing this guy for me. So, try to find that name. Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.